You're probably exhausted, not just physically, but emotionally exhausted from trying to figure out where to even start. You've looked at fitness content before, you've maybe even tried a few routines, and somewhere along the way you hit a wall. Nothing felt right. Nothing felt like it was actually built for someone at your level, and so you stopped. And then you felt worse about stopping than you did about not starting in the first place. That cycle is real, and it is brutal, and I want you to know that what you're feeling is not weakness, it is what happens when someone is handed the wrong tools for the job. Here is what I know after years of studying how the human body actually responds to strength training, and after watching thousands of people transform not just their bodies, but their entire relationship with themselves through movement. The beginner who follows a simple, smart, progressively structured routine will outperform the advanced person chasing complex programs every single time. Simplicity is not a limitation. Simplicity is the entire strategy. Before we go any further, I want to mention that we have related programs linked down below in the video description. If you are someone who wants a more guided, structured path beyond what we cover today, those programs exist specifically for people who are ready to stop guessing and start building. But right now, let us get into what your body actually needs, because this information alone will change how you see strength training forever. Let us talk about the real pain first, because if I skip past this, I am not actually helping you, I am just throwing exercises at you like every other video does. You wake up in the morning and your body feels heavy, not sore from hard work, just heavy, stiff, like you have been carrying something for too long without putting it down. You walk up a flight of stairs and there is a moment, just a split second, where you think about how much easier that should feel. You look at yourself and you do not hate what you see, but you do not feel proud either. You feel somewhere in between, which is somehow worse than either extreme because at least the extremes feel decisive. The in-between just feels stuck. And here is the part no one says out loud. You are not just uncomfortable in your body. You are uncomfortable in your life because of your body. The confidence you want to have in a conversation, in a room, in a relationship, it is quietly being held hostage by how disconnected you feel from your own physical self. That disconnection is costing you. It is costing you energy. It is costing you mental clarity. It is costing you presence. And the longer it goes unaddressed, the more it costs. But here is the dramatic shift that nobody prepares you for. When you start building real strength, everything else starts changing too. And I mean everything. Within the first 2 weeks of consistent beginner strength training, your nervous system begins rewiring itself. You start moving with more intention. Your posture shifts. People notice before you do. Within 30 days, you are sleeping differently, deeper. Your body is actually recovering and rebuilding while you rest. Within 60 days, the things that felt heavy in your daily life start feeling lighter. Carrying groceries, playing with your kids or your dog, sitting at a desk for hours without that grinding lower back tension. Within 90 days, you look in a mirror and you do not look for flaws first. You look and you think, something is different. Something is working. That transformation is not magic. It is biology. And it starts with the right foundation. Here is the beginner routine that actually builds real strength. No equipment required to start. No gym membership needed yet. Just your body, the floor, and the willingness to show up for yourself 3 times a week. The foundation of this routine is built around 5 movement patterns that your body was literally designed to perform. These 5 movements are the push, the pull, the squat, the hinge, and the carry. Every legitimate strength program on the planet is built around these 5 things. Every one. The complexity you see in advanced programs is just variation built on top of this exact foundation. For your push, start with a wall push-up if a floor push-up feels too hard. Seriously, do not skip this step. Strength is built through honest, consistent effort, not through ego. 3 sets of 10 repetitions, rest 90 seconds between sets. Each week, increase by 2 repetitions until you reach 20, then progress to an incline push-up using a table or a couch. For your pull, use a door frame or a resistance band anchored above your head. Pull your elbows down toward your hips. Feel your back muscles engage. 3 sets of 10. If you have access to a low bar or a table, a horizontal row with your feet on the ground is even better. This movement is where most beginners are weakest, and it is where the most dramatic early strength gains happen. For your squat, stand with your feet shoulder-width apart. Sit back and down like there is a chair behind you. Your chest stays proud, your knees track over your toes. 3 sets of 12. This movement is non-negotiable. It builds your legs, your glutes, your core, and it trains your body to move safely under load. Within 6 weeks of consistent squats, most people report a dramatic reduction in knee and lower back discomfort. For your hinge, stand with your feet hip-width apart. Push your hips back behind you like you are trying to touch a wall behind you with them. Keep a soft bend in your knees. Feel the stretch in your hamstrings. Come back up by driving your hips forward. 3 sets of 10. This movement protects your lower back and builds the posterior chain. which is the chain of muscles running up the back of your body that is responsible for posture, power, and pain prevention. For your carry, grab something heavy in both hands, water jugs, shopping bags, whatever you have. Walk with it for 30 seconds with your shoulders back and your core braced. 3 rounds. This sounds simple. The results are not simple. Farmers' carries build grip strength, shoulder stability, and core endurance simultaneously, and they are the single most underused exercise in beginner fitness. That is your entire routine, 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or any 3 non-consecutive days. Each session takes between 25 and 35 minutes. Over 90 days, that is roughly 22 hours total invested. 22 hours to fundamentally change how your body feels, moves, and looks. Compare that to years of confusion, wasted effort, and the quiet daily cost of not feeling like yourself. The math is not complicated. Here's what makes this work. Progressive overload. Every single week, you make something slightly harder, 1 more repetition, a slightly more challenging variation, a slightly heavier object for your carry. Your body adapts to stress. Give it slightly more stress each week, and it will continue adapting. Stop progressing and adaptation stops. This one principle is what separates people who see results from people who plateau in weeks and give up. The research on this is clear. Beginners who follow a progressive overload model consistently report visible strength gains within 4 to 6 weeks. People who follow random workouts without progressive structure plateau by week 3 on average. The difference is not effort, the difference is design. This is also why the people who get the most dramatic results the fastest are not the ones who work the hardest. They are the ones following the most intelligently designed progression. Structure is the multiplier. Now, you have a foundation, you have a framework, you have the biology. What you do with it next is entirely up to you. But I will say this, the people who stop here, who take this information and file it away to start someday, they will be in the exact same place 6 months from now. The people who act on it today, even imperfectly, even starting with wall push-ups and water jugs, those are the people who post the transformations you see online and think must be nice. It can be you, but only if you move today, not tomorrow. If you are ready for a fully structured path with a clear progression system built specifically around the principles we just covered. The related programs linked below in the video description are designed for exactly this moment, not for later, not when you feel more ready. Right now, while this feels real and urgent and possible, because the version of you that feels strong, capable, and genuinely proud is not as far away as you think. It just needs one real decision to begin,